Soulmate with Brian.
Singers and rappers, there are so many, but for the sake of a global audience, I would recommend, let's see, maybe 3.
So we want to move on to, I guess, music. You know, I want to talk about your experience at Berkeley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because many people are, familiar with Berkeley
College of Music.
The College of Music. There you go. Yeah, where your predecessor Sai, you studied for a little bit, right?
Yeah, like a month.
For a month, right?
Yeah.
So. For aspiring musicians out there, not just Christian musicians,
Yeah.
right? I mean, hopefully Christian musicians, right? But just musicians who are watching this show right now. How did you get into that school? That's my question.
Yeah.
How did you get into Berkeley, man?
I still ask that to this day, but.
And tell us about your experience there.
Okay. I got really into music in middle school, and I started uploading YouTube videos of piano covers and tutorials in
Korean Justin Bieber.
Sort of. Yeah. I wanted to be like a YouTube instrumentalist, that kind of star. And this was like over 10 years ago, 2009, 8. No one did YouTube, but. I would put videos up on YouTube because I was too shy to be in front of people in person.
Oh, wow.
I was too shy to be on stages. But then in high school, I kind of opened up, and with friends, I would perform and stuff. And then that slowly became a huge hobby, and then it became my biggest passion. So I just applied to Berkeley for fun, honestly, because they come to Korea once a year, or maybe even twice a year these days. But they would come and audition like for 2-3 days, and it was close to my house, so I was like, why not just give it a try and see how it is, how it goes. And so I did it, and the audition process, the whole time, it was very fun. It was like a mini camp, and just really, showcasing my own style, my own music to these professors, and just the school. It was a great experience in itself. And then I completely forgot about it, honestly, because I was trying to go to like a very prestigious, not Harvard, but like, maybe Stanford, but like, a very prestigious education institute or academy. And because I also enjoyed studying, sort of. But then after music, that became my biggest. And then as Berkeley, the results came out, I made it. And I was like, wow, okay, I might have the option to go to music school. And then later, the other colleges came out, and I did have some other choices, but then ever since I got into Berkeley, I had this strong, this pull towards Berkeley, and like I kind of wanted to just explore what it's like to be at an arts college, or at a music college.
So are there any Christian, musicians, whether it's secular music or worship music, but Christian gospel-based musicians that have impacted you that are Korean?
Oh, plenty. I would love to name and give you like a playlist, like a Spotify playlist. But from worship teams to artists and like singers and rappers, there are so many. But for the sake of a global audience, I would recommend, let's see, maybe 3. First of them would be, there's a team called We Love, and they
Love, right?
Yeah, like it's just one word, We Love. And
like Brian Kim, right? I'm not suggesting you listen to my music, but I'm also on Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube. Please listen to my music. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about We Love. I'm sorry.
So We Love Brian Kim.
Yes.
They are a worship collective as well as a creative team where they have different music styles and also music genres as well within that team. And they also have many songs in English and have English speakers as well. So I think it would be very easy to relate to and understand.
Yeah.
So, and they have really awesome videos like as well. I'd also recommend, there's a rapper named BY, and he's totally Korean, but his English raps are very fluent, and he has amazing bars. So if there's anyone around,
I've never heard his English bars.
Oh, he has quite a lot of songs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like some songs are only in English too.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, his mixtape as well. But yeah, if you have friends that like trap or hip hop, I think it would be impactful to share that as well. And
And BY, by the way, for those who don't know, he's a top hip hop artist, you know, in South Korea, you know,
Yeah.
and all over the world. But he's also Christian, and he came on Show Me the Money, the famous hip hop show, and a lot of his rap, you know, it was about God, you know, on main secular TV,
Yeah.
which was really huge.
Yeah, so I think it's just it just shows how you can be totally yourself and the world can still receive it, and people are gonna love you or hate you regardless if you do that or not. So just be true to yourself and true to your art. And finally, I would recommend, there's an artist named Sohyang, and she's a singer. She used to be just a gospel singer, but then she slowly appeared more on TV and also mainstream media, and she would have concerts and albums and always have a praise song in between as well. And yeah, she also sang, I think it was the national anthem in the States at some stadium. So
At an NBA game, at a
Yeah, I
basketball
think so,
game.
yeah,
I was
so-
like, why is she there? It's like, whoa, my two worlds are colliding, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're into like ballads or R&B, just
Sohyang.
Yeah,
And by the way, you know, I've met her a lot, and she speaks English really well.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I think music is also a language as well. But then when you speak the actual, like, hopefully you guys are comfortable in English regarding like listening to songs and stuff. But it would be even more powerful
Yes.
because you connect to it more.
What do we do? Because we're in such a unique
Yeah.
time where
Positioned, yeah.
Korean mandu is the most popular.
Baby, go.
Yeah, BB. Why'd you say the name? They're not sponsoring us, but I hope you
Because the
do.
table's empty.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
is what's happening? What is this for? You know, is it just for Korea to be lifted up as idols in the world, or especially as Christians? How do you feel? Yeah.
Without getting too deep, I would say Korea was a total different country 100 years ago, and even 50 years
Even
ago.
50 years ago.
And even 10 years ago. Korea, it's really impossible to explain the history and the change without God, because 100 years ago, in 1907 is where there's a huge revival, and it started in North Korea
Pyongyang,
and even
yeah.
South Korea. And through the churches and the believers, so much radical change happened within society, education, medical field, entertainment, everything. And it's easy to forget that. It's easy to forget how much God has moved and worked. We really have to be aware of how God works through everyone and everything. And I really think we're positioned in a very unique position where Korean culture and content, it's really in the limelight, and people have so much attention to it. People are very interested in it, and I really think this is a platform where God is allowing artists and it's just using the Korean people in general, but as well as using that as a vessel for the gospel to be shared in ways that wouldn't really work if it was just only the gospel. So what I mean is, I'm not saying that gospel is not enough. I'm saying gospel is what we need and what it's the cure. But then it's like the package. It's like how it would be delivered to countries that are against the gospel, countries that don't want to receive or have anything to do with God, but then they love Korea. So,
Right, exactly.
So it would go in as a K-pop package content. But
That's
then,
what I did, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not as good looking as BTS. I'm very sorry. but it still worked, you know. They accepted me with open arms, and I sang Amazing Grace there, you know. And it's hard to, get the gospel across.
Yeah, that's where this arts and culture, it opens up people. It opens up just the hardest places where people are just shut, where people are blocked. And I think that's why it's just so important to really train and equip artists with that identity and that firm belief and that just value system before they receive all those, exposure and receive all that toolkit. But so I would really recommend if you have artists around you, if you are an artist yourself, to take a step back from the art for a moment and also really dive yourself into a strong identity within God first, and then apply all of that to your music, your art, your business, your work, your education. And then that whole process, when people see how you approach it, when people see how you live that out, that's a message in itself. So it's not really about your next product, your next album, but that's powerful, but then it's who you are as a person. And so let's get that being first, and then the doing is what I would say.
Thank you so much. You shared a lot of wisdom, insight, preached a little bit. We laughed a lot.
Yeah, it's fun.
And this is the first episode of Soulmate, and I just want to thank you as a friend.
Thank you.
And a brother in Christ. We've known each other. I would like to say 20 years, but it's a little bit shorter than that. But it was always through, I guess, worship ministry, right?
Yeah.
Being my keyboardist on many occasions, but we've always been friends, and we've always shared our passion for God and music, and it was just amazing to be able to share it on this program as well.
Yeah.
As Korean diaspora, living in Korea, as musicians for God,
Yes.
So we want to have all our viewers please support and pray for Colin. You have any social media, accounts that you want to share, or are you pretty quiet?
For now, I'll just say Instagram. But,
Instagram?
Hopefully I will have more of my music up within this year. This year for sure. I'm just gonna declare it. I will.
This year, guys.
This year.
He declared it on this show.
2022,
December 31st. Colin Shin, right?
Yes. But just feel free to DM or approach me. I'm very hopefully approachable and open to all that. So
Awesome.
let's always try to stay connected to each other, whether it's through social media, but also stay connected to God and His presence. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for our first guest of Soulmate with Brian Kim. We hope you enjoyed all of our talk series, and we hope to bring you more guests. Please feel free to leave a comment below, and we hope this show will be a true blessing to all of you all around the world. Thank you, and God bless you, and see you next time. Soulmate with Brian. Subscribe, click the bell button, and leave a comment below.